In Wheel Time Car Talk Show on iHeart Radio. Coming up, Conrad will have This Week in Auto History. Get you updated on the stories making car news this week. Brad Thompson is with God's Garage, and we'll tell you about what's going on up there, including an update on the break-in that happened not too long ago. Howdy, along with Mike out of this world, Mars, King Conrad belong. We need more Jeff Zekin. I'm Don Armstrong. Glad you could join us on this Saturday morning. And we're going to do something a little bit out of the ordinary. Normally we start with our guest, but because we ran a little bit behind, couldn't help myself.
Just making up for last week.
We're going to do the review of the 2022 Lexus LC500 Convertible. Now, it has two models. It's got a hardtop version and the hybrid model along with the convertible. I had the convertible. This is called a sports car. That's what it's called.
Yeah.
It has 4 seats. Kinda. It's got back seats, but I don't know.
It's a place to throw your bag.
Could you
There's
even
no room for the legs?
Could you even get a baby seat back there? I don't even know. But it's very tiny back there, and I think they just do it just because they've got about that much room to put something, and they put a seat back there. Well, whatever the case may be. Backseat passengers are not allowed with legs. Exterior changes from last year. It was all new in 21. Hardtop was new in 18. Exterior features, breathtakingly beautiful body with that great big Lexus grille that works on this car. Big wheel openings with gorgeous cast aluminum wheels. Rear brake duct cooling hole just ahead of the rear wheel openings. A convertible top hides under a smooth, hard tonneau cover. What I liked about it, the eye-catching design. There's no other way to do it.
Stunningly beautiful car.
Truly
is.
Interior highlights, creative linear dash. Wow, front seats with detailed upholstery and stitching. Not sure why back seats are part of this car. Cargo trunk room, teeny tiny. And
that's why there's a back seat in it.
An overnight bag or two would be about all she'll hold. What I liked about it, high quality components, an excellent fit and finish. Yeah, this is a absolutely stunningly beautiful car. What could use improvement? Well, center console touchpad for the infotainment system, and it really is a distraction to me. Maybe you'd like it, but to me, you have to take your eyes off the road too long to see where you have the cursor placed to be able to hit the cursor to move it on to whatever it is that you're trying to get to within the infotainment system. Also, it needs a place to store your phone, which it does not have, which I thought was kind of odd, but okay. Liter engine is 5, V8, 471 horsepower.
That's enough.
398 pound-feet of torque, 10-speed automatic transmission. It is a very smooth V8, and they have designed the exhaust system on this to be rather growly.
Oh, that's good.
It is, yeah, and the harder you press on the accelerator pedal, the more growly it gets. Miles per gallon, 15 city is what it's rated, 25 on the highway for a combined of 18. I got 17, and I did not hot rod the car. But
you typically don't.
I
leave that up to Mars.
Yeah, he does that. What I liked about the smooth power from the V8, it's funny because I drive a lot of cars that have 4 cylinders and 6 cylinders these days. And not to take anything away from them, they're most of the time anyway, are pretty good. But there's nothing like a V8.
Oh, the torque down low, the thrust, the push ahead of
they're
a
so
light
smooth,
throttle.
and some of them are idling and you don't even know that they're there. That's how smooth they've got them these days. What could use improvement? Nothing. This is a cruiser and not a hot rod, and I want to underscore that. It weighs 4,540 pounds.
That's rare.
That's a heavy car.
It's like an 18-wheeler.
Well, and probably a good 400 or 500 of that's attributed to just the convertible top. But take the convertible top off of it, and you're still almost 4,000 pounds.
That thing is amazing to watch it work. I took it over to Jeff's house.
Oh, yeah.
And to see all of the things that are moving and zzz, 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 zzz. It's precision done.
And each one of those movements has 2 sensors. I started moving and I finished moving.
Yeah.
And the computer and they all got to hit in the right
And
sequence.
you have to have your finger on the button
the whole time.
the whole time.
Okay.
I think it's a safety feature.
No, I'm sure it is.
So if you get stuck outside the car while it's moving, it's not going to
Gonna
clamp
close
on
on
you
you.
or something. Okay. What I liked about it, the luxury ride, again, it's not a corner cutter. I want to underscore that. This is a luxury hot rod.
Grand Tourer.
Mhm. Base trim price $102,175. Base model price $101. Competitors, Porsche 911, $101,200. Good luck in trying to find that. Corvette, $60,900.
Yeah, good luck in trying to find one of that cheap too.
BMW 8 Series, the two-door, $85,000. But
Okay.
but you know, if you want to call them convertibles, okay, this is a convertible. And that's the review of the 2022 Lexus LC500 Convertible. All I
And you
can
looked
say.
sharp in that car.
I
Don.
did, didn't I?
That is truly a gorgeous.
The
car.
ladies' man. That's
Okay.
me. All right.
He actually let Kathy sit in it, and it looked even better.
A lot better, actually. All right, time now for our guest this hour. His name is Brad Thompson, and he kind of heads up things over at a place called God's Garage. Brad, good morning to you. Good to have you.
Guys, how are you?
Well, we're doing well, thank you. And it's
So
good.
what you're telling me is the Lexus is not a Corvette.
It's not a Corvette. No, it's not. But it's worthy to put it in the mix. And if you're going to look at cars like two-seaters, because even though this one has four, really it has two.
You know, I've yet to see one on the track at Coda with me when I take my Corvette over there. So
Yeah. Well,
So
and-
watch for it.
yeah, watch for it as the parade car.
yeah.
But at any rate, well, Brad, thanks for joining us this morning. Before we get going, tell everybody what God's Garage is, what it does.
So God's Garage is a faith-based nonprofit up in Conroe. We take donated vehicles from just about anybody, whether they run or not. We fix them the best we can. We get them roadworthy and safe, and we give them away to single moms, widows, and wives of deployed military here in the Houston area.
Awesome.
It is,
Fantastic.
yeah,
Getting pretty good at that, actually.
yeah, no doubt about it. How are you doing on donations?
We're doing okay. I mean, we ran a campaign. They don't like to use the word campaign, but you guys are blunt, and I love that. So we ran a campaign to raise money for our building. We came up a little short, so we're having to cut out things like air conditioning for the shop, at least until we can raise more funds to put things in like that in. But we did a pretty good job of bringing in, enough to get the building going. Now, if we could just quit sinking equipment out in the field, they sunk a dozer and a track hoe on the day one of construction. So since then, all they've done is demolish our old building and and pull the equipment out. So we're kind of slow to get started, but maybe by the end of the year, we can have you guys out and you can host a show there.
Oh,
Yeah,
cool.
absolutely. All right, so let's talk about the break-in update. Remind everybody what happened with that.
Yeah, so we have our own pickup vehicles and we drive them around as billboards. And evidently, somebody that owns a chop shop liked our 1986 GMC 2500 pickup, broke into the shop out here, did the typical break the steering column, and they drove it through a extremely large metal gate in the back of our property. But little did they know we had GPS tracking in the vehicle. So we had a pretty good idea where it ended up. And then we found it about 3 miles away from there. So we got it back. We found a donor vehicle. We're going to take the steering column out of that one and some other parts and put it back together. But in the meantime, we're gathering bids to fix the gate and the fence and everything else. But, it's kind of funny. It's, from my faith-based standpoint, what man meant for evil, God meant for good. So we now have a pretty good idea where that chop shop's at.
Well, that's good. And I'm sure that you'll be working with the Montgomery County Sheriff's Department up there and say, hey, we got a tip for you.
Done.
Yeah.
Just be sure you volunteer to clean out all the old parts after they get through.
Man, wouldn't that be fun?
Yeah, no doubt about it.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's now introduce your friend there that you've got with you and tell me about him.
Yeah, there's not much to tell you guys. And then I found out what's going on here this morning. And we have the ability here to work with groups from the community and a group called Future Operations Base. FutureOperationsBase.org is their website. led by a guy named Rodney Lopez. He's standing over there with his phone filming us. They've got a group of veterans coming up this morning, and they're going to learn car maintenance and car basics. This is LaShondra Jones, and I promised I wouldn't mess her name up, but I did anyway. Yeah.
You did good.
And she is a Marine veteran. And what are you guys here to learn this morning?
So first of all, thank you for having me on here. And hello, everybody.
Hey.
How are you all there?
Good.
So we are here today. We are a group of women veterans here just to basically learn the basic car maintenance, including changing the oil, and changing the tire. So often we have to call the roadside assistants or call our husbands or our boyfriends to come out. So we as military women, we like to try to do stuff ourselves sometimes. So we took Rodney up on the offer and we decided we'll come out and we'll learn how to do those basic car maintenance things.
Well, good, because that just makes you that much more capable of taking care of your vehicle as opposed to spending extra money going to somebody else to do something.
And not only that, but now they've got a way to say, hey, wait just a minute. That's not the way that's supposed to be done. Or you
Right.
can't charge me more for that than you need to charge me. That's knowledge is power.
Makes you
Or
smarter.
to another veteran, hey, let me show you how to do that.
Yes.
Right. And I tell you what, don't mess with veteran women. Mm-mm. How big of a group you think you guys are going to have this morning?
So today is going to be approximately 12 to 14, and a
Oh,
couple of the
very
women
good.
are actually bringing their daughters.
Oh,
So
cool.
their daughters are actually able to go out, when there's an issue with the car, they need to change the tire. They don't have to call mom, who may be at work or 50 miles away,
Yeah.
or heaven forbid if she's deployed.
Yeah.
They'll know how to actually change their tire or change the oil, or if they're with someplace with a car mechanic and they're saying, wait, that's not what you're supposed to be charging me.
Right.
And so those are the things that we're learning today, and we are just happy to be here.
Well, that's awesome. I will say that I think that most of us have taught our children, because we're all car guys, how to check the oil, how to change the oil, how to put air in the tires, what to look for in certain things.
How to do that walk around every now and then before you get in the car to kind of look the car over for safety items and then get in and drive away.
Yeah.
But, just that quick
So-
visual makes a huge difference.
So as you can tell, she's kind of done this before, right?
Yes. She
Not
sounds
your
very-
average, hey, I'm going to throw you on TV. So tell us briefly what you do with the city.
Absolutely. So I work for the City of Houston Mayor's Office of Veteran and Military Affairs. And what we do is we make sure that the veterans are taken care of. We're making sure that they have the resources that they need, whether they're homeless, whether they live in nice homes. We're here to make sure that they are taken care of. In the recent years, we've added active duty military to our title, because there's a fair amount of those who are here serving actively right now. And we want to make sure that they are taken care of while they're away from their regular homestead. So yeah, so that's what I do.
We have been involved in a military kind of a charitable organization, the construction industry guys that rehabbed the old Holiday Inn down there at the split between 527 and 69, right down there.
That was my first job when I moved here.
Oh, it was. Okay, well, very good. Well, so you know who we're talking about.
Absolutely,
yeah.
absolutely.
They
I
do.
still go around there all the time, and we still make sure that those men and women are taken care of in that facility.
Yeah, they hold a yearly show, Guitars and Cars, and they auction off some autographed rocket legend and country legend guitars. It's a pretty cool show.
Yeah, and I had heard. Am I mistaken? Were they going to try to find another facility because they'd kind of outgrown this one?
Well, so because of some changes that are going to be happening to, I think, the freeway right there in that area, I think around October, November, they're going to be trying to relocate, but they're starting now. Our office has actually been in talks with them to make sure that we're getting in front of the problem, so we don't have a whole bunch of veterans in October coming in front of city council and saying, hey, I have no place to go.
You could have gone
Working
all
from there.
day without telling us that there's going to be more road reconstruction down there at that place.
And there's just more road for you to drive your Corvette.
Yeah, well, it ain't going to be there. Now, how am I going to traverse downtown without that?
By helicopter, the way you
well,
typically do.
I have an
Yeah.
important question since you're connected with the mayor's office. Does the mayor know how to change a tire, change oil? Why isn't he on with us here?
That is a good question.
Next
There you
time,
go.
we need to find that out.
Yeah.
So
So
he has expert people to take care of that.
That's
for him.
right.
so
I
now
will find that out this week.
so now that we have a mayoral connection,
There you go.
maybe we could get the mayor on and talk about the cars
That's
that
what
he
I'm
gets to
thinking.
ride
Roads.
in.
Yeah.
No, he ain't got anything to do with that. That would be the highway department.
Okay.
And I don't think right now that they really need to be talked to.
They ain't got time to talk.
Yeah, well, they need to be out there at 59 and 69 and 610 and fixing that debacle.
Okay.
So how often do you guys do this educational event that you're putting on this weekend up there at God's Garage?
So Future Operations Base, they do this in many different trades. So they partner with organizations like us, where we have the automobile repair maintenance trade. They go out and do it with plumbing, electricians, anything that when the military veteran comes back and they need to transition back into society and learn how to, kind of get back into the groove of how things works out of the military. Rodney gets together with an organization like ours, and he arranges this type of stuff, and they do it quite frequently. I think, probably futureoperationsbase.org is his website, and there's probably more information on there for veterans to go to. We lose too many of these precious people. Rodney was telling me before we got on that they've already lost like 9 people out of their local group.
Oh my.
And if you know what I mean by lost, those people have so much trouble emotionally transitioning back into society after what they've been through and been deployed, that suicide's a big deal in this industry and in this segment of our community. And man, I just, what he's doing is just really neat. So the fact that we get to let them use our facility, is our honor to do that.
And if I may piggyback on what you're saying, with this organization, they do it out of love. They do it for the camaraderie. So it's not just coming in and learning about oil changes or changing a car. It's about getting together, having fun, having a few laughs, and just having a good time amongst each other. All of us have had some issues, whether deployed, whether not deployed. And it's just a good time to get together with this organization. Again, in love and just having that great camaraderie. So
It's kind of like a car club.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
We do
True,
the kind of the same thing.
Like-minded people getting together and helping each other in multiple ways, whether it's the physical helping of them, the mental helping of them,
Absolutely.
the financial help, because it is a brotherhood.
Except we just don't have the Corvettes, but we're working on that.
Well,
Looking for a
God's
sponsor.
Garage is looking for donations.
Of
So.
Corvettes.
Corvettes,
There you
yeah.
next time I get mad at it, maybe I'll just let it go to God's Garage.
Yeah, bring it on over. Hey, I just want to say thanks for you guys for putting us on again and letting us show you some of the other stuff we do that doesn't really show up on our website, but we do the best we can to try to be positive influences into this community. And Rodney Lopez and Future Operations Base and these guys, they're doing the same thing, and they're doing it with a group that really needs our support. So thanks again for letting us be on here. You know how much I appreciate being on your show.
Well, we enjoy having you guys all the time. We'd love to come up there and help you. It just so happens that you do all that stuff while we're doing this down here in Sugarland.
Right. Well, we're open all day during the week there, Don. You're welcome to come up.
Well, believe it or not, I still have a job. People keep asking me, so when are you going to retire? Well, why do I need to retire? Well, maybe that's a hint. I don't know.
Yeah, right.
I'm not saying
Trying to
anything.
tell me.
Hey,
something.
you guys are welcome to come up anytime. We are open. We're not open to the public, so we don't just fix cars for anybody. We're a very closed operation in the way we do actually do repairs as well as giveaways. But anybody that needs our help can go to our website and submit an application on there. They have to go through our process. We don't just open it.
Sure,
up
you
to
got to
them.
vet it,
Yep.
to figure out who.
Brad, how long you been doing this?
We've been here since, we've been doing it about 10 years. Actually, I guess it's 11 years now. I've been part of this organization for 3 years. And man, it started with just a car or two here and there. And now we're kind of on a run rate of about 100 giveaways and 100 repairs a year.
Wow.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Yeah. Now, are you taking volunteers in the garage part of it?
Yes, sir. We take volunteers everywhere, not only in the garage part. We're, like I mentioned earlier, we're building a new 6-bay building. So we've got 2 in here We'll have 6 down there in the new building where it's going to be joined with our office. But we also teach life skills training classes to the ladies that come through. So as they come through, we have volunteers that teach those classes. We have volunteers that clean the cars for us. We have volunteers that run them to get them inspected and run to get the titles done. So and we have volunteers just come in and clean up. So we have volunteers that do a little bit of everything. So thanks for mentioning that, Don.
Brad, thank you, and LaShonda Jones, thank you very much. Give the mayor our best, and you take care of yourself, and good luck today.
Thanks,
you so
guys.
much.
Thank
Yep,
you very
you
much.
bet.
All right, God's Garage, but be sure and look them up online. Hey, we'd love to hear from you. Just shoot us an email. The address is info@inwheeltime.com. Time now for This Week in Auto History. Conrad has that, and I always kind of look forward to this segment.
You know, I like it too.
And this one, there's some history that everybody will remember as a movie in the 70s, but motorcycle racer Erwin Cannonball Baker in 1914 left San Diego to drive to New York City on his Indian motorcycle. He reached his destination in 11 days, smashing the old coast-to-coast record by a total of 9 days. He did this on the Indian back in the day. And then you got to remember, back in the early 70s, the Cannonball Baker movie where they drove across the United States. Dom DeLuise was in it.
Yeah,
Cannonball Run.
Cannonball Run, which was kind of a play on Cannonball Baker. And Cannonball Run, you know, that has continued through the years as a clandestine race across the United States.
By the way, does a Cannonball have a head in that
no,
picture?
not in this case.
No.
He wasn't wearing a helmet. We didn't want to have him have to explain to anybody about why he didn't have a helmet on.
A leather
In
helmet.
1918, General Motors acquired Chevrolet Motor Company for $32 million in GM stock, which is kind of funny because they bought Chevrolet from William Durant, the guy they had run out of General Motors Corporation about 5 years earlier, and he went out and got involved with Chevrolet. In 1925, Ford Motor Company becomes one of the first companies in America to adopt the 5-day, 40-hour work week in its automotive factories.
So we blame him for that?
Yep. And then a couple of years later, he brought the same work week into the administration.
Now it's down to
offices.
2 days and 10 minutes or something.
Yeah, with
If there's
six months off for maternity leave.
If there's even an office to go to anymore.
Oh, that's so true. That is so true. In 1980, 13-year-old Carrie Leitner of Fair Oaks, California, is walking quietly along the road, and she gets struck by a drunk driver. And that was her mom who started Mothers Against Drunk Drivers.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Which has been probably the most effective organization about drunk driving education and holding them accountable. And I think most everybody knows I walk with a limp because of a drunk driver back in 1981 that ran a stop sign and mowed me over. In 1984, we have a little music to play with this, Don.
Oh, is this my cue?
This is your cue. And
Well, wait just a moment,
Well,
please.
I'm
because
absorbing the
okay,
picture.
yeah. So you continue the story.
in 1984, Bruce Springsteen released the song Pink Cadillac as the B-side of Dancing in the Dark, which was his huge song. The song followed a trend of Prince's Little Red Corvette and Wilson Pickett's Mustang Sally, using automotive metaphors for sex. The lyric, "I love your pink Cadillac," is truly not about a car if you listen to, or if you go in and read the words.
Oh Lord! Now you've got that stuck in my
I know,
mind.
mine too.
In 1987, the late Davey Allison had recorded his first NASCAR Cup win at Talladega, and in his Ford Thunderbird, and that was the very same race as the race finished that Bobby Allison, his dad, had a horrendous accident on.
I'm trying to fix it. Just go ahead.
And then in 1991, the last Trabant,
A Trabant. Oh my God!
rolled off the assembly line after 34 years in production, and it looked exactly the same at day one. That's it. There was no advancement in this car.
The license plate, is that the OG?
That's the OG. There was no advancement in this car, and they built nearly 3 million models of it, and it never changed.
It kind of like the checker taxi cab.
Very much
Yeah.
so. Very much so. No, not at all. Because the Checker's a pretty dependable car. The Trabant was a pile of
Manure.
hooey, yeah.
Opus.
Yeah.
So, and that is this week in automotive history.
Well, that was very good. I liked this week in
A
automotive.
Trabant. You gotta find the good stories out there.
Okay, we've got some recalls to tell you about. Ford Motor Company recalling 252,936.1 Explorer large crossovers because of a defect that can cause the vehicles to roll away while in park.
That's not good.
Yeah.
Nope.
NHTSA said last month that the affected vehicles are certain 20 to 22 Explorers, 20 to 22 Explorer hybrids, Explorer Police Interceptors,
Oh, that's even worse.
Interceptor hybrids, and Explorer plug-in hybrids. So if you've got a 20 to 22 Explorer,
Park it against a curb.
yeah, and
Run.
and then go online and go to safercar.gov and plug in your VIN number, and you'll determine whether it's yours or not. Some other recalls to tell you about: turn signal malfunction on the 2022 Jeep Grand Cherokee. It's being recalled. Ford 250, 350, 450, and 550 F-Series from the 2020 model year unintentional rollaway due to a transmission washer.
Uh-oh.
Another transmission rollaway. At least Ford's consistent.
They are. Hyundai Nexo. Hydrogen gas detection sensors may fail. I didn't know that they were making rockets called a
Yeah.
Nexo, but whatever.
Hydrogen powered.
Nissan Rogue for 2022 improperly manufactured fuel tank. That's a scary thought.
Yeah.
Mercedes-Benz AMG GLC43, C63, C63S, and GLC300 from 21. Headlight failure. I think that you'd know that
By
if you
now.
drove it,
Yeah.
about the headlights.
Yeah. It would be
Tesla
dark.
Model 3 unit of speed may fail to display. Model X for 22, missing body reinforcement bracket. Maserati MC20, whatever that is. Brake light malfunction.
It's
and
probably about 50 cars total.
BMW 430i, 440i, X5, X6, X7 from the 2019 through 2022 model years. Sunroof malfunction again. If you didn't know that it was malfunctioning,
It doesn't rain where you live.
Yeah. At night with the headlights.
either that or you've been smoking something.
Uh-oh.
All right, time now for a quick break. We'll be right back. You're on the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show.
Father's Day weekend, Saturday, June 18th, 2022. It's the next Tailpipes and Tacos Cruise In, and you're invited. Tailpipes and Tacos Father's Day edition will be at the same Loopy Tortilla in Katy, 8 to 11 a.m. on Saturday, June 18th. It's the only place cruisers compete for trophies and other prizes. Enter your vehicle for Best Hot Rod, Best Classic, and Best Modern Classic. Tailpipes and Tacos is Houston's coolest cruise in and is your opportunity to see the best hot rods, show cars, classics, and resto mods, and get Loopy Tortilla breakfast tacos and adult beverages. There's no entry fee, and cars will automatically compete for custom Loopy trophies and other prizes. It all happens at the Loopy Tortilla Tex-Mex in Katy on the Grand Parkway at Kingsland Boulevard, just south of I-10. Kick off summer with Tailpipes and Tacos Father's Day edition, Saturday, June 18th. The In Real Time Car Talk Show will be there too. Celebrate Father's Day, the start of summer, and the return of Tailpipes and Tacos. Saturday morning, June 18th, 8 to 11. We'll see you then, weather permitting. Want to take a minute to tell you about Gulf Coast Auto Shield, a Houston detail company like no other. Gulf Coast Auto Shield offers paint correction services that'll give your car, truck, or SUV a like-new shine. Afterwards, you'll want to protect it with a professionally installed nano-ceramic coating or protection film. Worried about your very expensive windshield getting damaged, broken, or cracked? Let Gulf Coast Auto Shield install Exo Shield, a windshield protection film. Give John Gray a call today or check out their website, gcautoshield.com. Hey, whether you own a new, ultra-expensive, exotic, or a 5-year-old Suburban, Gulf Coast Auto Shield will help keep your investment looking like the day it rolled off the assembly line. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is conveniently located on the South Sam Houston Parkway, just south of I-69, the Southwest Freeway. Meet the staff and check out all of their services online right now at gcautoshield.com. The In Wheel Time Car Talk Show is now part of the iHeart family. Now you'll have access to 24/7 Car Talk anytime you need a fix. Just download the iHeartRadio app and ask for In Wheel Time Car Talk, and there we are. Be sure to save us in your iHeart library for instant access. No matter where you are, you have the best Car Talk show right on your PC, laptop, or mobile device and never have to worry about finding us again. Of course, you can always get access to our video and audio streams via InWheelTime.com and your favorite podcast channel, and all of this is free to you. From the iHeartRadio app, you'll not only hear our Saturday morning live show, but the best shows of the past, updated weekly. Never miss a minute of up-to-date new car reviews, pre-owned reviews, Conrad's Car Clinic, informative interviews, automotive news, and the most fun car talk show on the planet. Just download the iHeartRadio app, search for In Wheel Time Car Talk, save it to your library, and with a tap of the icon, you'll be in touch with your favorite Car Talk team. In Wheel Time Car Talk, streaming now on iHeart.com/InWheelTimeCarTalk.